Payout time for me on Top One. It's the first time I've actually got a payout from them. First time I have been trading with them. What I really liked was these instant funded accounts. So loaded up on a couple instant fundeds, and essentially it's a little bit better for me to be trading straight from an instant funded than trying to spend so much time passing a challenge, and then once you've passed the challenge you still have to get your payout. Whereas if you consistently profitable, you essentially can trade straight from the instant funded account. The difference is you have to pass the consistency rule. So the way the consistency rule works is that your one biggest trade can't total more than 20% of your overall profits. So essentially what that's saying is that you can't just flip the account and push the account up 2% on one trade and then get a payout. Essentially, they're wanting you to trade the account for an extended period of time and trade it consistently to prove that you're deserving of your payout, which totally makes sense. So, running through some of the data here from myself, which I find is very, very interesting, was firstly win rate. Now, this win rate's a little bit skewed at the moment because I was like a couple dollars short of the payout. So I just kind of scalped, the last $3 just to kind of get over the line. But I would say this is actually a bit less. I would say it's anywhere from like 47 to 48% win rate, which is fairly low for my side. But it just shows you that you can still be profiting and you can still have a smooth equity curve with a fairly low win rate. Under 50%, you're still making money. And the reason why that makes sense is because every single one of my losses were far smaller than my wins. So I'm always focusing on holding size on my winners, and I'm focusing on cutting my loss quicker, right? So for example, here, 450, 200, 450, 470 is the average win, where the average loss is 140, 150, less than $100 there, 160, 118, but then the wins are 230, 400, right? Then I've got a couple small losses here, 90, 80, 80, okay, which would probably be a few mistakes that I made here. But $400, $450, $500, $450, 200, 280. So as you can see that my winners by far outweigh the losers, and just from that simple ratio and profit factor of 2.6, I can easily stay profitable and stay in business with a fairly low win rate. Bear in mind that my win rate doesn't always stay at 45%. I've got those weeks and months where I just clean up and I can have, 5, 6, 7 win days in a row. And that just boosts your equity curve, tenfold. But at the same time, I'm not a perfect trader. I'm not perfect. I never will be perfect. But I'm still in business because I know how to manage my risk. I know how to mitigate my losses quickly. And I can hold size of my winners. And I'm patient enough and I'm confident enough to execute on playbook trades that I've seen work based on data and based on stats from experience. So, this is kind of the data that I have here. Average loss 150, average wins 310, 311. I needed 2379.45 to qualify. I managed to get 2379.74. So just passed the consistency rule. So first payout, let's hit request here, and we can kind of work through this one together. So I get 60%. Now it says here your max withdrawal amount is 2379, but in my understanding, you can only withdraw 60% of it. At least that's how the other props work. But let's quickly go 2379 here, and they'll probably do their own cut, which makes sense. Through wires, 2379. Okay, and that looks like it is it. So I'm assuming they've already got my bank details, and once I get the notification via email, I'll just accept it, and then once I accept it on email, I'll wait and see how fast takes to get this payout. So I'll keep you guys informed and keep you updated.